All right, everybody, it is time for episode number 3, season number 2. We have bidding wars. We have our first bidding war of the season taking place between Slam and Ring of Honor. Believe it or not, CZW and MWA were on the sidelines watching this one. So we're about to see a lot of high numbers for a lot of not so high superstar value. I guess that's but the stats are good, so we'll say that. But anyway, big bidding war there. We also have the debut of somebody pretty big in CZW, making sure the camera was actually picking it up because somebody's got to represent. I don't see MWA. I don't see Warden wearing an MWA hoodie. Come on, man, fucking get your hoodie on, okay, bud. But yes, so we have a very big episode planned for you. CZW, myself, I'm just going to say we are shooting for the moon on this episode, and we came pretty close. Actually, I'm just going to be honest. Everybody had a stellar show this week. I can't wait for you guys to see it and comment down below. Hit us up on our Discord. We have a link down below. Sign up. We have a little chat right in there, a little Discord channel. Talk to us about what you thought of the show. We'll post all kinds of stuff in there. So anyway, we'll see you in there if you show up, and we hope you do. So that's it. Let's get into the episode. We have so much to cover in 4 really, really good shows this week. So I hope you stick around for all 4 of them. All right, let's get to it. See what we got here.
All right.
Luke Gallows through the locker room.
Ooh.
Waffle bar. Hell yeah.
Oh boy.
Little
Riddle
waffle bar.
Undertaker has me worried.
Matt Riddle. Uh-oh. Yep. We got Wrestler's Court here.
All right.
Ferguson with the
Wrestler's Court
waffles.
episode.
Yep. Not joining the rest of the locker room for a night out. Sent us to buying drinks for everyone after the show. You didn't come out to drink, so now you got to buy everybody else drinks.
He was busy cheating on his wife.
Hey.
And smoking weed.
Small positive
Yeah.
impact. Okay. We are kicking off CZW Evolution, and it is on the pre-show here. Orn Veit versus Ortiz. This is a hardcore match. In a pre-show match, we had subpar wrestling, non-existent crowd heat. That's fine. It's a pre-show. Orn Veit defeated Ortiz when he used a foreign object, but it's a hardcore match, so obviously he used a foreign object. Orn gets a big win over Ortiz. These guys are, in the stable feud right now, the Collectors versus LAX. So score 1 for the Collectors here. But again, it's on the pre-show, so 59 overall. Ortiz did pretty good in a hardcore match, 70, so I'll take it. All right, let's get on to the show. So starting the show off with a 100 segment rating, we are back in it right away. The show starts off seeing the locker room door kicked open by Braun Strowman as the regime come walking in looking like they own the place. MJF points to someone's stuff and Rusev grabs it and chucks it across the room so MJF can set up shop. Jeff Cobb storms over asking what the hell's going on with all of his stuff being thrown around and is met with a brutal punch from Rusev. Cody Rhodes walks over to help Cobb. He helps him stand up, and MJF tells him that he knows he's still a scared little kid that he knew from back in the day, because obviously we have the whole Cody Rhodes MJF history from way back in the day. MJF calls Cody a self-entitled prick and kicks him right between the legs, low blowing him. He sniffs the air and tells Rusev and Strowman they should probably just get changed somewhere else because this locker room reeks of failure. So right away, we got the regime coming in, kind of bullying Jeff Cobb and Cody Rhodes. We get a 100 segment rating, so good stuff here, I think, all around. Obviously, the show got off to a hot start. People are love to see MJF and the regime kind of be a couple of bullies, little group of bullies here. So kicking things off in the arena, GOD, the Grills of Destiny, come to the ring furious at how Velveteen Dream cost them the Battle Royal last week and a shot at the tag team titles. They demand a tag match tonight. Dream and Taven appear on the big screen, who look to be living it up in a purple room designed for royalty. They accept GOD's challenge for tonight. So there we go. We have ourselves a match booked for later tonight. We have a 74 rating. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not 100. But, I guess every once in a while we'll get a little bit lower than 100. So, first match of the night, the Club versus the Unwanted. Darby Allin and Finn Balor representing the Unwanted here. In a decent match, the Unwanted defeated the Club 8 minutes 46 seconds when Finn Balor defeated Carl Anderson with a coup de grace. In-ring work, Darby Allin was head and shoulders above the rest, which is very shocking with fucking Finn Balor in there. In-ring, 91. Look at everybody else. What?
That's insane.
91,
Yeah.
76, 58, 61.
Okay,
That's-
I do not buy that he would have an in-ring performance that high, especially compared to the other people in this ring.
Yeah, over Finn Balor. That's insane.
He's on the level of Ricochet and Kenny Omega in your company.
You know what? Hey, that's a good idea.
He's beyond.
Thank
them.
you for giving
And
me that
Undertaker.
idea. Thank you for giving.
And Undertaker.
Yeah, thank you for giving me that idea. So, yeah, this match is pretty much just trying to showcase Unwanted because we haven't really seen Darby Allin and Finn Balor in action yet. So, yeah, I got a big win here. 77 overall, pretty good outing here. I like it.
This is the bathroom break.
Yeah, exactly. So we have an announcement for a brand new title in CZW. We only have 3 currently. The CZW Ultra Violent Championship. In 2 weeks, Mance Warner will face G Raver in a death match, while Matt Tremont will take on Orn Veet. The winners will face each other at the pay-per-view High Stakes to become the first ever CZW Ultra Violent Champion. Yeah, all 4 of these guys very, very well versed in a deathmatch realm, so we're gonna see what happens. The crowd apparently didn't really care too much. We only got a 47, and Matt Tremont, who's still injured, struggled going off script. So, Mance Warner improvised well though. That's good. So, out of these 4, who do you guys think is gonna get the title? We'll go Luke. Who do you think gets it? Who do you think is the title here, right off the bat?
I think Matt Tremont's going to win the belt.
All right, Matt Tremont. All right, Luke. Warden. Who do you think?
I'm gonna go with Mr. Orn Veet just because you had him beat the one dude tonight.
Ortiz. Okay. All right. And
Ortiz,
Tigress. Who do you think is going to get the belt?
I think that's going to be Tremont.
Oh, okay. 2 Tremonts and 1 Orn Veet. We'll see how it shakes out on the pay-per-view. So up next, we have the tag team match that we scheduled earlier in the night, GOD versus the Dream Team. And a bout that had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. The Dream Team defeated Gorillas of Destiny 6 minutes 49 seconds when right out of the gate, GOD refused to follow the rules. They wouldn't tag in or out. They had one thing in mind tonight, and that was punishment. The ref was forced to call for a disqualification, but that still didn't stop the onslaught. GOD took the Dream Team out into the crowd and brawled all throughout the arena within the fans. Yeah, basically, they just started the match and almost treated it as a tornado tag, didn't tag in or out, and the ref was forced to call for the DQ. So Dream Team did win, but it was via DQ here. 67 segment rating. Maybe that's why this didn't do too well, because it was the wonky finish. But
Most likely.
yeah,
Might
so yeah, Dream Team gets the win, but via DQ. Up next, we have Adam Cole cutting a promo on Roman Reigns and The Undertaker, talking about how he had to fight tooth and nail to get this opportunity, and last week he finally earned it. He ended with saying, "Come high stakes, the CZW World Championship will be around the waist of the fastest rising superstar in all of professional wrestling." Yeah, so Adam Cole, as you remember last week, beat Roman Reigns in the main event to earn a title shot against The Undertaker at the pay-per-view. Big matchup come high stakes. So 95 segment rating. People seem to be pretty into this main event, hopefully. So next up, we have a big 8-person tag team match, 4-on-4. We got the team of Jake Christ, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Matt Riddle, and Kenta versus Alexander Hamilstone, Hikaru Shida, Jordan Grace, and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And a bout that had terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat. Jake Christ, Swerve Scott, Matt Riddle, Kenta got the win over the other team at the 10-minute mark when Matt Riddle connected with his finisher on Britt Baker, but it was Isaiah Swerve Scott who swooped in to steal the pin for his team. So either way, they got the win, but Swerve Scott kind of took the spotlight off of Matt Riddle there. So a lot of in-ring performances here that were kind of low. Hammerstone was one of the lowest, which is funny. But he's a newer guy. Kenta and Matt Riddle definitely excelled the most. 72. Hikaru Shida was off of her game tonight, but overall 68. I'm super happy with this. This is one of my better women's matches.
I said you had terrible wrestling.
Okay.
And no crowd heat, and you still got a 68.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's probably because Matt Riddle and Kenta are pretty over. Everybody else is definitely lower down, but there we go. Kind of one-sided having those two guys on the same team here, but So next up, we got Sammy Guevara versus Pete Dunne. I really wanted to showcase these guys here. Sammy Guevara hasn't had a really big match showcasing spot yet in CZW, so I think this is pretty good here. In a decent match, Pete Dunne did defeat Sammy Guevara, even though he did lose, still good outing. 12 minutes, 30 seconds with the pinfall by the bitter end. But Tony Deppen from the Collectors pulled Selena De La Renta out from the back, all chained up, and paraded her around the entrance ramp, distracting Guevara and costing him this match. Yes, obviously, LAX still trying to get back one of their members, Selena De La Renta, but Tony Deppen getting into those mind games. The Collectors still, I guess, parading around one of the things they collected from LAX, which is a human being, which is terrible. Everybody should be mad at the Collectors. They are supposed to be getting some serious heat here. If you're mad, you should be. That's yeah, so that's what's happening. Match though, segment rating of 78. Pete Dunne 73. Sammy Guevara 67. Not bad. So any thoughts on Selena De La Renta being paraded around in chains?
I'd watch it.
Oh, you said that very very
sounds illegal. Let's keep going.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, hey, I'm going to be very excited when she's finally free.
Yeah, well, let's hope she does get
If
free.
she ever is free.
Yeah.
If.
CZW tag team titles are on the line. Last week, the North won that battle royal to earn a rematch. They had to earn their rematch, which is funny enough, for a shot at the tag team titles. The American Wolves defending against the North. Here we go. In a decent match, the American Wolves did defeat the North 12 minutes, 50 seconds when Eddie Edwards pinned Ethan Page with a cross-legged fisherman's buster. American Wolves made defense number 1 for their CZW tag team titles. After the match, Ethan Page pleaded with the ref, asking him to restart the match, saying that John Alexander's shoulders were up off the mat, which they clearly weren't, by the way. Edwards and Richards scooped up Page, dumped him out of the ring as they celebrated with their titles. So American Wolves defeated the North, one of the only times, this is back-to-back times the North lost straight up clean in CZW. So big win here for the new team, the American Wolves. Looks like everybody performed relatively well. 69 for Eddie Edwards, 64 for Richards. Josh Alexander had the highest in ring with 73, and Page was 67. So overall 74. Good stuff. Happy about that. Happy about this match. Oh my fucking
That
god.
was extremely close.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude.
I
That's
told you
Holy
100.
fuck.
Wow. Okay, here we go. Guys, this is the main event, the CZW Iron Man title on the line. Segment rating of 98. This is a match by far not even close to the best match ever in CZW. But of course, it's Seth Rollins versus Kenny Omega. This could headline any pay-per-view anywhere in the world. Here we go. This is what happened. In a bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, Kenny Omega defeated Seth Rollins in 17 minutes by disqualification when Omega had Rollins up on his shoulders for the one-winged angel, and then out of nowhere, Omega is chop blocked from behind and laid out with an RKO. Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Orton has stepped foot inside of the combat zone. Randy Orton posed over Kenny's lifeless body as the show came to an end. So, folks, Kenny Omega did win, but it was via disqualification, and Randy Orton has made his debut in CZW in one of the best match segment ratings ever in history here so far. Yeah, I think that's a heck of a way to end. So Rollins is still the champ, of course, obviously. Randy Orton, third company here in the game. We'll see. We'll see if we can make him happy. Hopefully he's okay.
How many months will he
Sounds
be
like-
in CZW?
Yeah. Well, I think two or three is the longest he's been in a company so far, so we can see if we can break that.
I think you're going to break 90.
If he does, I won't
There
be
it
surprised.
is.
There we go.
Yep.
91. CZW, I think the best show before this was like a 89 or 90, I think. So, yep, CZW somehow topped last week's show. We had only 100 segment rating here, which was the regime. MGF is just gold when he gets on camera. Funny thing is, he's like not even competing in matches; he's just in segments.
Oh, you only had one 100 rating. Oh,
Only one, yeah. But these matches were great tonight. We had a 77. We did have a 67 and 68, which weren't great, but 78, 74, and can't look past that 98. So, yeah, I could not even come close to being more happy for this show rating. I think things are picking up. Randy Orton is in CZW and looks like he's got his eyes set on Kenny Omega for victim number 1. We'll see. Any thoughts on the Randy Orton debut here?
Of course, he's
so
got to
obviously
take
he
away
went
the
for
main event
Omega.
spotlight from someone else.
He did take the spotlight. What was that, Warden?
Naturally. Well, I see he went for Omega first, not the guy who actually has the title. So makes me wonder who Rollins will be facing at the pay-per-view, if anyone.
That is
I
true.
think it might be a triple threat.
Maybe.
That could be the case. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Orton might go for Omega,
don't?
but Orton may
don't
also
know,
have
Mo?
his eyes set on gold.
Yep, we'll see. We might find out a little bit. I think, let me scroll down on my sheet real quick. Yes, the main event next week on Evolution is not an actual match. It is a interview segment with Randy Orton. So we will hear next week from Randy Orton to see what he's got to say. It is going to close our show next week. So we got that to look forward to.
Only positive things to say about his former companies, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm pretty. We'll see. We'll see if he mentions you guys. We'll see. But that's it for now. Let's look at the CZW Evolution. 13,000 live attendance. 1.3. What the fuck? Did that go down? No, I think it went up slightly.
exactly what you had
last week.
Yeah, I think it's up slightly. Yeah. 1 million, a little over 1 million viewers here. So, we're trying to rebuild our TV ratings. Our shows are absolutely outstanding.
You get on the bigger network.
I know, but I can't do anything because I'm under contract. So, I guess we just gotta deal with what we got here. Let's see what Raw did. 69.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
5,600 in attendance. We more than doubled theirs by far. 2.3 TV rating though. They doubled our TV rating. Ono and Fandango defeated Alberto Del Rio and Austin Aries. Man, isn't that a main event?
I'd watch it. That'd be
Yeah.
kind of good, actually.
Oh, they won the titles. Okay.
Yeah, they won the Raw Tag Team titles. 35,000.
Whoa!
Signing bonus of 10,000. All right.
There we go.
So it looks like Ring of Honor is now the front runner for Dalton Castle.
I love MLW is offering him jack shit, and then me and Tigress are like giving
You
him
upped it by
gold.
10,000 and then a 10,000 bonus. You offered him so much more, and then
Jesus Christ.
15, an extra 5,000 for the bonus for 5 years.
One of you guys are just gonna have to call it a draw at some point.
I
Hey
don't know.
Tigers, you just want to split custody on Dalton Castle?
Oh, there you go. Okay, it has been upped. Here we go. Here it is. Eddie Only. Yes. Eddie Only has signed with CZW. 6,000 per month. Not quite as much as Dalton Castle, but he'll take it.
Okay, let's talk.
Taka Michinoku. All right.
Cool.
He still wrestle?
He seems
I
old.
said him so that he can do whatever, and his
How old is he?
Whatever's
his technical
needed.
ability.
I don't
It's
know.
Nice. Come here, Taka.
Yeah, you got him though.
We get an old guy. Oh, geez.
Hatred.
Wait, Camille Ricky Starks affair.
What?
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa, you got a lot. Cheating breakup. Camille and
what the
Bram.
hell?
Bram.
Bram,
Bram's
sorry.
my guy.
Caught cheating
Ricky
with Ricky Starks. Oh
this
my
is scandalous.
God,
That's right. Luke, you have the home wrecker.
Oh my God, let's go through
Apparently,
these. Bram and Ricky
they hate
Starks
each
now
other.
hate each other. Marty Skrull,
Marty hates him.
Marty Skrull.
Nick Aldis, Stu Bennett.
That's another one of my guys.
A good chunk of
Stu Bennett hates both of them.
MWA hates Ricky Starks now.
Oh, look,
Okay,
it's right. The story's right there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Okay. All right. So yeah, Josh Woods.
Fuck.
CZW has signed Josh Woods.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Starting like a little American Alpha kind of fact.
Here we
No,
go.
what was
Well, I
Here's
guess
the
now
top
is the
team,
time
that's
to
what.
announce that I messed up with Josh Barnett. Josh Barnett, I signed to feud with Kevin Owens to start off, but Josh Barnett is not a wrestler apparently. I didn't know this. He's only color commentator and a manager. So I got screwed over. Even though his stats are good, I can't use them. I had him booked on a match that was supposed to take place this week on the show, and I tried to do it, and it said that his contract was signed. It's something with his contract. So he's only a out of ring person. So
That's why you got to read the fine print.
I know. So I messed that up. So I am bringing in Josh Woods to basically be the manager. Josh Barnett will be the manager of Josh Woods. So
there you go, J&J.
Yes. So yeah. I'm trying to make up for the mistake that I made.
Oh, these have got to be good. I'm curious about PCO Mick Foley.
Big E's gonna be good. Yeah, Big E's gonna be good.
Big E helped create a fun and relaxed atmosphere backstage after finding a discarded karaoke machine and starting an impromptu pre-show competition. His medley of power ballads apparently stole the show.
I can believe that. That sounds like something that would actually happen.
Yeah.
All right. This has got to be good. It's Mick Foley.
Wrestler's Court, right? Is he the new Wrestler's Court guy? Yes, he is.
PCO was brought before the Wrestler's Court, accused of failing to pick up his share of the tab at the bar. The judge, Mick Foley, found him guilty and sentenced him to buy drinks for everyone after the show.
There it is.
PCO has the gloomy personality and is currently pleased. Early. Welcome, everybody, to a hopefully better episode of Midwest Mayhem than last week's shit show. Starting off the old pre-show, we got a feud between Warhorse and Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston kind of dropped down to this pre-show. He's not been seen as much on the main roster, but put on an okay match. Pre-show about a decent reaction from the crowd. But subpar wrestling. Eddie Kingston defeated Warhorse in 9 minutes 33 seconds. It was a bit of a brawl. They're going all around the ring, but Eddie Kingston ended up getting the W right there
with the sliding D.
I don't know what
that sounds a little sexual.
I'm gonna assume it's like a Bronco Buster.
All right. Whatever works, I guess.
Following that, Eddie Kingston basically just goes off on management saying how it's bullshit he's even on the pre-show and he deserves to be in the spotlight and not, relegated to the pre-show.
Austin's gonna show up and pull a 900 rating out of him.
Warhorse struggled going off script, probably because he just got his ass beat. So decent pre-show match. Von Erich defeated El Phantasmo and Matt Cross in 9 minutes 55 seconds. Marshall Von Erich submitted Matt Cross after blatantly cheating. During the match, we also had El Hijo de la Park run in and attack Phantasmo. El Phantasmo obviously carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. Last week, we saw the Von Erichs come out and help El Hijo, and they ended up getting a big win over Tasmo and Cross, with the aid, of course, and a little cheating here and there. So, this little feud's going on still.
You know what? I'm just going out on a limb. I think you might have a potential superstar on your hands there with El Phantasmo. He's been pulling out some good numbers right away.
I'm just waiting for the right moment to bring him up to the main roster. He's gonna be helping out some other guys in the meantime. Surprisingly, Marshall with the worst score. Ross pulled out at 53.
What? So you have your main roster, and then your pre-show roster?
Yeah, kind of.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like my own little developmental way of doing things.
What's wrong with that?
We kick off the show. We have Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out to the ring, doing his old thing where he welcomes everybody to the show, gets them having a good time, drinking some beers with the fans, some Broken Skull IPAs, of course. When the Dragons come out and surround him, all four of them. If you haven't been keeping up, it's Ospreay, Suzuki, Ultimo Dragon, and Murphy. And basically they get right in his face and they say, I deserve a world title match. That's Will Ospreay saying that. And getting right in his face, trying to intimidate him. And Austin goes, well, you better earn that shit. You're going to have a match next week with Kazuchika Okada to determine who the number one contender is.
Oh. So Will Ospreay versus Okada, huh?
And he says, just for this little stunt you pulled tonight, I'm going to have Sonata face Brock Lesnar for the world title tonight in the main event.
Ooh.
Okay.
Say, fuck you, you pull this shit, I'm going to give the other faction something.
Okay. Man, Stone Cold. Little bit of spiteful. I like it.
Yeah. We got a Mayhem television title match between Daniel Bryan and Brian Cage. Segment rating of 77. That's pretty good. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah. About to have fantastic heat and great wrestling. Daniel Bryan defeated Brian Cage in 20 minutes and 16 seconds by submission with a no lock. Daniel Bryan made defense number 9 of the Midwest Mayhem television title. Yeah.
Holy crap, he's he's defending that a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't expect him to Brian Cage tap out. I thought he was
Yeah,
going to knock
he-
him off the team.
Yeah,
He
so we
almost
had
has the
our-
same number of defenses as John Moxley. Wow.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look into that gimmick getting stale thing. But no, it's turned out pretty good. Bryan with an 88. That's gotta be he's gotta be one of our most consistent guys for sure.
Oh yeah.
Basically this is just Catchpoint 2.0 and Caliclan feuding some more. This eventually will lead into Bryan and Sami Callihan going at it. Good old Nick Gage.
Wow.
We cut backstage where we see Mick Foley talking to some of the younger guys. He's trying to, liven the backstage as he does when out of nowhere, Nick Gage just walks up and gets right in his face. And he's like, "What's up, you old fuck?" Mick Foley, nicest guy in the world, looks around confused. He's like, "Are you talking to me, man?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm talking to you, you old piece of shit. I hope you realize I'm the new face of hardcore. And my boys ain't going to stand for shit if you try getting in our way. Trying to bring out these other fuckers to get in our way." So Nick Gage is basically like swinging his dick around saying like, "I got the hardcore guys. I'm going to run this show. And you better not even think about getting in my way."
I love it. The faces of hardcore. Yeah, that's that's really good. Being a Nick Gage fan myself, I like it. I like it.
We'll see if this goes anywhere else with Mick Foley, but he went for the king, if you will, the legend.
Yeah, no
of
doubt.
hardcore.
Go straight for the top. 82 segment rating too. Of course, Nick Gage coming out with all these great segment ratings.
He ends up in the great segments. I did expect this to end up in the 60s, so I'm not too disappointed. Had great heat and decent wrestling. Evil defeated Minoru Suzuki in 10 minutes by pinfall with an Evil. Evil had an in-ring performance 65, Minoru Suzuki 57. This goes back to the Dragons versus the old Japan boys. This ended up being a wild brawl match. These two have pretty good brawling stats. That's why I went with that. And again, Evil not really throwing up like the superb numbers I want out of him, but I think both these guys did all right for how they've been doing. And a good match. New Day defeated the Lucha Brothers in 14 minutes 36 seconds when Xavier Woods pinned Pentagon Jr. with a Shining Wizard. Xavier Woods obviously was a weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. However, we still managed to get a 72 out of this. This is going back to LWO versus New Day for the trios titles. Last week we saw Kofi Kingston get the win over Andrade. I said Kofi weird right there. But either way, New Day has now also gotten a win over the former tag team champions, the Lucha Brothers, kind of pitting them to be the no doubt number one contenders for the titles. I'm glad. I ended up doing keep Xavier Woods strong, and I ended up keeping him somewhat decent with everybody else. So yeah, I'm happy with this.
I'm surprised because Xavier Woods is a little underrated. But I'm surprised he was that much lower than everybody in the 50s.
Yeah, I mean, mind you, I haven't been using him like I should have been all this time. Like I was really just kind of throwing him with the rest and having be like the mid card guy, building him up and all that. So I kind of did this to myself. We got the Psycho Killers walking backstage, about to go to their car. They got like this old like kind of what do you call it, like a slam van that you see like a bunch of rock stars in.
Okay,
And this thing is up on some like cylinder blocks. They're wondering who the fuck did this. Well, they open up the inside of the door and they find the vehicle just fucking trashed on the inside and spray painted. Samoan Dynasty, all the tribal shit spray painted all over the van on the inside. So Samoan Dynasty doing classic dirty tricks. They've destroyed the Psycho Killers ride.
The Psycho Killers Raper van.
No, that's your company.
Oh, hey. We got rid of Dave Chris. Come on now. You guys still got...
No, I mean the guy with the mask who kidnaps women and put them in chains.
Oh, you're right. That is okay. You're right. You're right. Yeah, we got a Raper van, kind of. Yep.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
It's not like we drive around with Selena De La Renta chained up in it, though. So, I mean, wait. Never mind.
How kind of you. Eli Drake, EC3, Rockstar Spud, backstage, going off on SCU, talking about how they're all washed up, trash. not even going to make it worthwhile in this company. They should all just quit, kind of just like digging their teeth into an already building feud between these guys. And yeah, it's really not much to it. I'm trying to get these guys, like, they say they're the best talkers in my company, Eli Drake and EC3.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers they're putting up just aren't really reflecting that right now. So
yeah, well, I guess it shows Eli is getting a little stale with his gimmick, and EC3 says he didn't follow the script very well. But I mean, you know how that flip flops from time to time.
Oh,
that picture of Rockstar
Yeah.
Spud fucking kills me. Like,
it's so weird.
That's like a 4-year-old photo.
yeah, I know, right? Like, do they not have the Drake Maverick in there? That's crazy. I guess this was the thing was done when I think WWE let go all those people, so they were probably anticipating he was going back to Rockstar Spud's, my guess, but I don't know.
About that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Ty Valkyrie and Sami Callihan defeated Schlack and Ricky Shane Page in 13 minutes when Ty Valkyrie pinned Ricky Shane Page with a Northern Lights suplex. Sami Callihan carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. Schlack was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. This is a hardcore match, folks, and kind of the real first testament of Schlack, who is now with Team MDK. This was his debut with them. 59's all right. Kind of a test to see where Schlack would be. Ricky Shane Page did well.
See, you were giving me shit with guys debuting and losing, and here comes Schlack coming in here losing, so I don't want to hear it.
Ricky Page took the pin, so it's a little different there.
Oh, it's a little different. All right, gotcha.
It's always peaceful.
Yeah, he got an initial rating of great for his thing though, so that's good for his game.
Yeah.
Now we got a big ass war angle. Fucking Callahan
should have done better.
They leave, they walk out, and here comes walking in the punks, modern punks, they're called. They surround Ricky Shane Page and Schlack. They're ready to start kicking some ass when all of a sudden the rest of MDK comes running out. I don't even know how many guys we got at this point. I think it's 6. You got Nick Gage, Joseph Smile, Joey Janela, David Starr, Ricky Shane Page, fucking Schlack. And they just start kicking each other's ass. People are getting beat the fuck up everywhere. Bodies are flying everywhere. At the end of the day, MDK stands strong.
Damn. Over Punk and Skrull and them, huh? Damn.
Yeah, they got the numbers.
Okay.
All right. Decent main event, I guess. Not too bad. About to had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Brock fucking Lesnar defeated Sonata in 8 minutes, 28 seconds by pinfall with an F5. Brock Lesnar makes defense number. Are you counting at home, folks? 8 of the Midwest heavyweight title.
Just lining them up and knocking them down.
Moxley has 10. Just want to remind you.
This guy.
Who gives a fuck?
Hey,
Yeah.
there it is. The war has begun again. So Sonata failed to get this opportunity that Stone Cold just gave to him.
It was a large task that typically you want to be able to prepare for, maybe weeks or even months when it's Brock Lesnar in advance. True. But he did his best, and unfortunately, it was not too long of a match, but he put up a fight. He did put up a fight.
Yeah,
great ratings by both guys. Segment rating ended up just basically average between the two.
Yeah, no, 75's good.
So this makes me happy. It's not evil. You got a lot to step up to the plate because your partner's kicking your ass every time. So there we go. Last week was a fluke.
What an increase.
There you go.
Got about 9,000 people. Plenty of green, a little bit of blue. We're back to normal, folks. Don't worry. I know you had your little hearts broken last week, but we still haven't even debuted Bubba Ray. So
I think I looked in last week's show was like one of your third lowest rated shows. I think it was.
Yeah, because I think within that first month, I was still able to get over 60.
Yeah, except for that first show. That first show was pretty bad, but you couldn't help that. Yeah, you couldn't help that.
All right, welcome to Ring of Honor, where we have booked this show heavily, and things are definitely going to go wrong. On the pre-show, we have Heavy Machinery picking up a win over South Wales Subculture, and Otis pinned Morgan with the Compactor. Otis carried the match as he should, because fuck you, CT.
Oh, yeah.
Segment rating of 59. Morgan kind of held behind with 49, but announcing helped. Both these teams haven't been able to achieve much in Ring of Honor, but This could be the start of something great for Heavy Machinery, or hey, South Wales might want to rebound from this. Who knows?
I hope so.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
yeah,
Ducky.
Ducky. Yeah, hey, if you don't need Heavy Machinery, CZW could always take another tag team. So,
All right. You want a 64 and a 54? Be my guest.
hey, we could beat them up.
And now, as part of the Ring of Honor Top Prospect Tournament, Joe Coffey defeats Isha Dragunov in a pre-show bout that had subpar wrestling and non-existent heat. They both had a 44. Announcing and color commentary helped. Segment was a 46. Isha was originally gonna win, but due to Coffey having some slightly better stats, I kind of made the better decision here. This was a wild brawl, so I kind of let them just go all out, do their thing. And Joe Coffey advances to the next round to face Alex Zane.
Ho!
Ooh.
Holy shit, 27.
I told you guys, I warned you ahead of time. All right. As part of the Top Prospect Tournament, in our final round 1 match, a terrible, terrible match. Ray Horace defeats Kyle Fletcher in 12 minutes with a 450 splash. Horace will be facing Christian.
Well,
Horace at a 45, Fletcher at 27. He's been pulling in better ratings, but Fletcher seems to get worse and worse, I guess.
CZW's women could do better than that.
well,
Yeah, true.
probably. Yeah, probably
That's
true.
shut up. Yeah. Well, Kyle Fletcher, thank God you're only on loan and I didn't sign you. 38 segment rating, and that means our semifinals will be Blake Christian versus Ray Horace and Alex Zane versus Joe Coffey.
Okay, that should be good though. At least I think you're getting better with them.
Now to kick off the show, John Moxley, Tetsuya Naito talk about their time limit draw. Last week Naito got his title shot he had earned against Moxley, but 30-minute time limit stopped them. And Naito and Moxley, they made it clear that they weren't done last week. But before Naito can officially issue a rematch for Moxley, the returning Dragon Lee, coming back from injury, comes out and mentions how he was the TV champion and how he's past that division. He wants Naito tonight. And Naito accepts it. That will be our main event.
Okay.
99 rating. Naito superb without a script, as did Moxley. Announcing commentary helped. This angle got the show off to a great start. After that, we go to the Toni Storm Open Challenge that she had made last week, where she mentioned how the division's been kind of dead and she wants to challenge her. Nikki Cross answered and failed in her attempt as Storm defeated her in 13 minutes with Strong Zero. She defends the Women of Honor title for the second time. 67 rating. Cross had a better performance than Storm, which is a little bit shocking to me. They had great chemistry, at least. That helped.
Yeah.
Match got the crowd hotter, and announcing lifted the match.
No, that was that's a pretty solid match for the title.
Cross had real.
Yeah, Cross
has been doing really well, but just hasn't been able to get it done when it matters. Afterwards, Alexa Bliss enters the ring. Her and Toni having a bit of a stare down post-match before Rhea Ripley comes out and attacks them both. 66 rating. Bliss was superb, as was Toni. Both of them were great without mics. Without scripts. And Rhea got a bonus for a great gimmick.
Is Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross friends in your company, or no?
They're still friends, yeah.
Okay.
Bliss was making sure her friend was all right, but titles do things to people. After that, the Undisputed Era come out with Roderick Strong and tag team champions Redragon, gloating about how Rocky Romero has to leave and saying it's because of embarrassment. Totally not, because his loan expired. But he's embarrassed from losing to them last week. So this makes the Best Friends come out, where Trent challenges Kyle to a match later, wanting to defend his old friend. 67 rating. Trent did wonderful, having to improvise, as did Chucky. And Kyle, great gimmick, and no notes for Roderick or Fish. But so we will have Trent Beretta versus Kyle O'Reilly later in the night.
That should be pretty good, actually.
The Time Splitters defeated Lethal and Gresham when Alex Shelley pinned Jay Lethal. Afterwards, though, now in this segment, Moose comes out and attacks Kushida. Tanahashi tries to come in. Gresham holds him back. Lethal attacking Shelley as Moose obliterates Kushida before posing with the 6-man title. We have Fire Funhouse for the first time in God knows how long. Bray Wyatt has returned to Ring of Honor and says he can't wait to have fun with all of us again. 89 segment rating. Announcing was actually pretty weak, as was color commentary, but Bray Wyatt worked well with the crowd and improvised pretty well. This angle got the crowd hotter. Bray Wyatt pulling in those ratings once more.
I've been waiting to see where the hell Bray Wyatt's been.
Yeah.
Hangman Page did vanquish him the first time, so he had to go away for a little bit, had to work on himself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He is back here.
Hopefully he stayed away from Bliss.
Apparently. In a good match, Trent Beretta defeats Kyle O'Reilly in 22 minutes and 58 seconds. Wow. By pinfall with a Dude Buster. Segment rating of 70. Beretta had a 70 and O'Reilly had a 68.
Man.
The match dragged at the end, though. This had to steal the show on it. And Beretta's gimmick is getting stale. Yikes.
WWE fans out there will be furious at this outcome. That AEW Trent Beretta beat Kyle O'Reilly, who's been killing in NXT lately.
Trent Beretta was originally in WWE.
True. Those people probably don't even know that, so there you go.
Yeah.
The Dude Busters, brother. You always know about the Chick Busters, but not the Dude Busters, the OGs.
Oh, okay.
But Trent Beretta avenges Rocky Romero and has just defeated one half of the tag team champion.
Ooh.
Our main event, in a superb match, Tetsuya Naito defeats Dragon Lee in 22 minutes and 34 seconds by a pinfall with a Destino.
Wow, your boy Dragon Lee took the loss. That's shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Naito doesn't get the world title by the end of this season, it'll be an injustice.
Doesn't he have creative control?
Huh? Oh, I don't think so. I think he has. Oh no. Okay, Lee has creative. I think that's Lee.
Ray Horse has hiring veto, I believe.
Oh God.
I think that's Ray Horse.
Yeah. So I forgot about that in all honesty.
Yeah.
But Naito puts away Lee. This is not the return Dragon wanted, I'm guessing. But Second got an 80, Naito a 79, and Lee got a 67. Tetsuya Naito gets a win and might have another valid claim to the title again. Who knows? He and Moxley are definitely not over. That's all I can say as we end the show.
That's a strong main event. Look at that! Wow.
Yeah, see, this got a 61.
Look at that.
Good job.
Overall, 82.
Yeah, we pull an 82.
This is awesome.
It is, yes.
This your best show?
No, I think my previous best show was actually, it might have been another 82.
I'll have to look at it for the ratings breakdown.
I think it was one of your pay-per-views.
Either way.
Yeah, I think one of my pay-per-views was like an 82 or 84 or something.
Either way, really strong show here. It's awesome.
Yeah, and as most of you didn't get to see, there was a lot of editing with this specific card because I overbooked it, and then I have to have like a certain percentage of matches, so then I had to move things around. I had to cut time, add time. It just got really chaotic in the end.
Looks like it worked out.
Yeah, but in the end, it does look like it worked out for me. So, woo.
Let's see how the ratings shakes down here. Midwest Mayhem, 77, almost at 9,000. 2.36 for the TV rating. 1.7 million. All right, let's see if Ring of Honor beat them. 2.36 is number to beat. And it is 2.32.
Oh, MWA won.
Okay for me.
MWA
Totally, man. Gonna
brings
get
up.
you next week.
Yeah, man. Even with Ring of Honor bringing it 82. But yeah, that's huge. You guys both at like what? Both of you had 1.7, but yeah, really close.
Both of us had like
Well,
one or two really solid segments.
Well, I'll be back while this 15-minute contract negotiation continues.
Bruh, they're still doing this.
This is my last ditch attempt. After this, he's yours if he doesn't take this.
He's like, wait a minute, you just offered me 70.
Hey.
Wow. All right.
I mean, look at his stats, though, to be fair.
Yeah, his stats are good.
The show will begin on the pre-show, where Dario Cueto makes his debut and introduces his new client, the debuting Puma King.
Oh, that's who that. I saw that name when I did the recap, the Dario. I had no idea who that was, but it's the guy from Lucha Underground.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, I did not know that. Now I know.
I think this is the lowest rated segment I've had on in my company.
I think so. Well,
Okay.
good thing it was on the pre-show and doesn't affect you.
And then, following that, Puma King had his debut match against Yuka Sakazaki, where he won by pinfall.
Not bad.
At least his match is better than his segment was.
Yeah, got the debut win.
And then the main show begins. You have Drew McIntyre come out and make his response to Pac's challenge at the end of last week's show. And he goes on a rant about how Pac has been a major pain in the ass to everyone since coming back from his injury, and says that he will gladly accept Pac's challenge and click Claymore his jaw and break it for good.
Oh my god.
At Battle Frontier.
Gonna permanently break this man's jaw in his whole
Let's see if we can
career.
fall through in that part or not. Look, 92 rating.
Yeah, a great way to start.
And then following that, we have our opening match where Samoa Joe defeats Kurt Hawkins in 8 minutes and 5 seconds by submission with a clutch. Poor Kurt Hawkins, he's just been so lost on his own since his friend left the company.
I know.
Samoa Joe's just been dominant.
Yeah, Samoa Joe's been making waves since he started.
67 rating, so decent mid-card rating.
Yeah, that's fine.
And following that, Samoa Joe just didn't have enough from winning. He just beats down poor Kurt Hawkins, and Keith Lee has to run in and make the save.
Oh, that could lead to an interesting matchup right there. Two big boys.
Yep. 65 rating.
Whoa.
And following that, Jimmy Havoc brags about how he has Battle Frontier off and that he's great to have no contender. But then The Rock shows up and shuts that down and makes it clear that since he caused a double DQ, he's going to face Walter and Chad Gable at the Battle Frontier for the IC title in a triple threat match.
Wow, what a crazy triple threat. We got Jimmy Havoc, the hardcore guy that's killing it in every company, going up against the Giant Walter and Shorty G. Sorry. I was looking at the graphic. Chad Gable.
Yeah, we don't call him Shorty G in this company.
Yeah, man, what a crazy, wild matchup that would be in real life. Talk about clash of styles. Man, that's a pretty nuts title match.
And then, Havoc throws a temper tantrum, and The Rock pretty much tells him that he better quiet down, or he's going to shove his boot so far up Jimmy Havoc's candy ass that he won't be able to walk straight by the time Battle Frontier happens. And following that, in a good match, Orange Cassidy defeated Elias in 13 minutes and 20 seconds by pinfall with his mousetrap roll-up. A roll-up he does where he traps one of the arms and one of the legs of his opponent.
Yeah. Huh. That is a really good segment rating. 74. Elias usually has okay matches and whatnot, but that's a really good outing right there. 74.
And they used to have great in-ring chemistry together.
Yeah, that probably helped. Yeah, Elias outperformed Orange Cassidy 73-68. Oh, maybe these guys might have something going here.
Maybe. Aleister Black is backstage, and basically he makes it clear that there will be hell to pay for Crazy Mary and Eric attacking his innocent wife, Selena Vega, who had nothing to do with what was between him, Cesaro, and the War Raiders.
Yeah, that was kind of BS. I agree.
Yeah.
That's going to be very, very interesting to see how that goes down. I assume we're going to be getting a 6-person tag match, but I don't know if it's for the pay-per-view or not. We'll see.
Maybe. But yeah, we got a 70 rating for this.
Poor Selena Vega said she was underwhelming.
Yeah. Well, it's her first real segment. The other segment she had was getting attacked by Eric and Crazy Mary. So, you know. Next, we cut back to Rosemary in the mysterious realm, where she's still investigating Su Young's disappearance. She started with the tree and the noose, and she's just exploring this world and trying to figure out where is Su Young. And then she stumbles on the bloody glove of Su Young, and that's all she can find.
Is she sure that wasn't OJ's glove?
They're not sure.
Didn't fit.
You must acquit.
Yep. 84 rating. Question is, where's Su Young?
I think this is going to be a Slam and CZW crossover with the the people who abduct women coming into your company.
Oh, the collectors. Yeah, it could be.
The collectors, for some reason, took Su Young.
Yep. They just happened to walk by a tree and they were like, "Huh, would you look at that hanging up there? Let's take that with us."
Yeah, that's still fresh. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
And about that fantastic heat and great wrestling, Becky Lynch in her return match defeated Bayley in 15 minutes and 31 seconds by submission with the disarmer.
It's a big match right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge match. Yeah, they got great chemistry too. Look at that.
Yeah.
And a clean finish.
Becky apparently has a strong connection with the young female demographic who really liked her winning.
I have never seen that before. That's really cool.
I thought she was connected with men because she is the man.
Well, maybe both.
We cut backstage to Slam's interview space, where Christian is there and he interviews Asuka, the Queen of Slam champion. He asks her some questions, she answers, and then she gives a heartfelt speech about how she wants to be the fighting champion that Slam needs right now, and that she will honor the fans well with her performances as champion. Then she is suddenly attacked from behind by Shayna Baszler.
Christian as an interviewer.
Christian.
Yeah. She beats down Asuka, and then she goes to grab Christian, but it's out of there in the nick of time.
Lucky. She would have broke his ass in half.
I mean, if Shayna was charging at you, wouldn't you get out of there too?
You better believe it. Try to anyway.
I'd kick her. I would kick her. I don't even know what I'd do.
You'd kick a woman? Come on now.
I would kick anybody trying to hurt me.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah, 94 segment rating.
That's ridiculous, but understandable.
Yeah,
Asuka's based on how you've been doing with these people.
Yeah, Asuka's been killing it on the angles.
And then in our main event, in a match that had superb wrestling and great heat, the Young Bucks defeated AJ Styles and Sasha Banks in 19 minutes and 52 seconds. But Matt Jackson pinned Sasha Banks after the Young Bucks hit a Meltzer driver on her. After AJ Styles tried to hit a phenomenal form on one of them and accidentally hit Sasha Banks.
Oh.
No.
And the Young Bucks make their second title defense of the Slam Dynamic Duos titles.
Look at these performances.
Yeah, these are all fantastic performances.
Yeah.
AJ and Sasha Banks showed excellent chemistry teaming together.
Wow.
That's nuts. That's awesome.
I mean, they would be great together.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Man, it's so weird seeing Sasha with like pink hair now. After all, like
yeah, it is.
Yeah, she's been blue for a while. But yeah, no, that's one heck of a main event there.
We need an updated picture pack with her with the blue hair.
Yeah, for real.
83.
Damn, everybody hitting in the 80s this week.
No,
I know.
not everybody.
I gotcha.
Son of a bitch.
I gotcha. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, awesome show. Awesome show. To me, the biggest surprise of the entire show, you missed it while you stepped out for a second, Warden, but Orange Cassidy and Elias got a 74.
Whoa, I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah.
That was a match?
Yeah, as a match.
Yeah.
It did better than
I got
Samoa Joe and
74?
Kurt Hawkins. Kurt
I
Hawkins.
thought I was giving Elias like shitty scores.
He outperformed Orange Cassidy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
I seen Joey Samoa had a match.
Yeah, got a win there.
So what was your favorite part of the show, Bomber?
My favorite part, I think you had two main event matches like that could be on main events on pay-per-views. Had Becky and Bayley and the Young Bucks and AJ, but I think the Becky and Bayley match, it ended up being your best actual match, 76. That could main event almost any pay-per-view, especially nowadays. That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good
about you,
return
Warden?
win.
I just want to see AJ and Sasha, and like, I don't care if it's like mixed match challenge or what. I think that'd be like a very badass male-female tag team.
Oh, we got a Chuck
What? Gulak.
Chuck Taylor and Drew Gulak bromance. Showcasing positive side of social media, Chuck Taylor and Drew Gulak appeared to have bonded, having some spent the past few days trading their favorite pro wrestling stories. Okay.
Ladies and
Aw,
gentlemen,
how
this is symbolic of the Ring of Honor MWA no longer war.
It is.
With Chuck Taylor and Drew Gulak extending the olive branch.
Those two are the link between two companies. Who would have thought?
Aw, how
I need a
beautiful.
tissue. I'm crying.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what how Slam did here. Wow. Big 12,000 attendance, 83. Really good. 1.95. So you're right there. Well, actually, the other companies did pull away this past week, but still really good numbers there. 1.4 million. Yeah. No, I think
wanted something.
Huh?
MWA wanted something.
They did, yeah. You had the highest TV this week. Yeah, no, man, we had all really good shows this week. Good job, guys. All right, taking a look at the Week 30 ratings breakdown, we are going to start off with CZW with a 1.39 television rating, up from a 1.34 the previous week, with a tune-in attendance of 1,044,000. Not too bad there. A little bit up from last week. Then live attendance, which, believe it or not, it is down just a little bit. Only by about 300, but 13,264. But the big number here is the show rating. CZW hauls in its biggest show rating ever. It did hit 90. There was a 90 show rating all the way back at week 18, which was in the off season. But this is the first 90 plus show in the actual season. So big number here. CZW bringing in the best show ever. You just saw it here on this episode. Now, Ring of Honor actually brought in some bigger numbers here and a big show rating. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, 2.32, which is up from 2.05. Major jump with 1.744 million viewers, up over 200,000 from last week. So a major jump from Ring of Honor here. Live attendance was a little down. It wasn't quite a sellout. Only 5,380. Still solid, but just not quite hitting that 6,000 mark, which is the sellout for that arena. Show rating 82. Folks, this is the highest television rating ever, just period, including pay-per-views. Actually, Ring of Honor had an 81 for their off-season pay-per-view in November, but this was the biggest show rating ever for, and I'm looking at the numbers right here. Okay, this is the only 80 for television for Ring of Honor ever. They never hit the 80s before until this show. So you saw it here. What a show out of Ring of Honor. Both CZW, Ring of Honor hitting their best shows ever. Okay, now looking over to MWA, which does take home the win for the highest television rating. It did pass Ring of Honor from last week. So 2.36 up from a 2.00, a 0.36 jump. Very big there. 1.775 million viewers. Major number. Not quite hitting the 9,000 mark. Only 2 people didn't show up to the live show. It would have hit that 9,000 mark, but 8,998. Television rating up to a 77 from last week's 60. You know, it wasn't MWA's biggest show ever, like some of the other shows here, but it was a major jump. 17 increased. You can't get mad at that. MWA, Warden says he's back on track. We will see. These are strong numbers, leading the television ratings, so we'll see if they can keep that up. We know them and Ring of Honor go back and forth quite a bit, so we'll see how long they can hold on to it. Now, last but not least, we're rounding out with Slam, television rating of 1.95, the exact same television rating of last week. The number was 1.463, which was a little bit down from last week. Only about 2,000 less viewers tuned into TNT this week for Saturday Night Slam. But then we look at the live attendance rating, and you know what? Actually, that is down just a little bit as well. Down about 200 in live attendance, 12,166. Still a great number. Still the second best of all four companies, but just down just a hair from last week. But what is not down, ladies and gentlemen, is the show rating of 83. I'm looking right now. Yes, this does tie Slam's best show ever when it comes to pay-per-views and television. They had a pay-per-view of 83 in November on the off-season, and in the off-season they had a television rating of 83 as well. But this marks Slam's, Ring of Honor's, and CZW's best shows ever. What an episode. Everybody's really coming into their own. Everybody's taking off and starting this season off with a literal bang with big numbers here. MWA, I have no doubt that they're going to step it up and get their numbers up soon. So either way, still not a bad outing from them this week, not by a long shot. But either way, great numbers for week 30. Let's see how everybody does going into week 31, number 3, week number 3, that is, in January. What a show this week. We got Dalton Castle making bank. He's going to be one of the highest paid guys in whatever company he lands on. We didn't quite resolve it yet, but I'm sure we'll see who lands on the next episode. Both Tigress and Luke said that they are done bidding. Thank God, because you actually saw a very snippet of how much bidding actually went on this episode, but they both said that they put in their final offers. We'll see where Dalton Castle goes. He says he's very interested in both companies, so we'll see. But that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed so much. We had the debut of Randy Orton. We got MWA getting back on track. We got all kinds of stuff going on. This first month, January 2021, for this season is going to be awesome. I can't wait for the pay-per-views. I hope you guys are excited as well. So we'll see you on the next episode. In the meantime, let us know down below, what are you looking forward to the most for our first pay-per-views coming up this season? There's a lot to be happy and excited for, I think. So, all right, that's it. We'll see you guys next time.